Until recently, maybe the last 10 years or so, there's been a Suboxone program, the maintenance program, and now the drug of choice is buprenorphine or Suboxone, and that's actually dispensed by the prison itself, and I think every prison does that, and inmates will smuggle that out, and then it becomes a commodity. So people smuggle the syringe in when they know they're going to prison. They'll prepare, so it's cut down, to about, normally they're about that long, so they'll cut them in half and then wrap it in plastic and then store it in different body cavities, and then when they're in, it's taken out, and obviously it'll be good for a while until 10 or 20 people have used it, and then it gets a bit blunt. And I've seen people inject, it looks pretty messy. They're doing it in a hurry, so they're not really concentrating on cleaning it properly. The prison does provide bleach. All prisons in Victoria provide little bleach packets, but they're not guaranteed to work. A typical scenario, I was in a cell once just sitting down and watching TV, and there were 5 or 6 guys in there. They don't really talk too much. It's just an everyday thing for them. They just do it as if it's breathing, I guess. It involves putting the Suboxone or whatever it is, heroin or speed ice, into a spoon, mixing it up with a little used syringe. Sometimes they're 6 months old. There's a story of one that's so black it's like looking through a glass of Coke. And yeah, they'll suck it up, one person will have it, then they'll quickly rinse it with water, take a bit more out from the spoon for the next person, that person has it, and a lot of them are really jabbing that syringe in. It takes them a while because it's so blunt, there's a lot of blood, so there's another sort of route for the viruses to transfer between people. It's pretty messy. I think the attitude is, they're just criminals, let them die. But they're not. People are in there for all kinds of reasons. Most people are, in there for driving charges, or, just petty theft, or, robberies or burglaries to support their drug habits, or, breaking an intervention order. And a lot of prisoners do have a life of drugs, and they get into prison, and they continue that life. It's an addiction, an illness, and there's hardly any support in there. During the 80s, needle and syringe programs commenced out here in the general public because of the AIDS scare and the AIDS epidemic that was going on, and that really saved everyone from HIV. Prisons have basically become an incubator for disease. Prisoners aren't there for the rest of their lives. Most prisoners get released after a few months, and they're back out in the community with a new disease.